Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Ozzie here from Black Hat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I'd like to give you some great reasons to go to black-cat-comics.com and pick up something fun to read. This week is packed with stuff that's fun to read. Gotta start with the Marvel guys, because this is the Trial of Magneto, #1, with that especially awesome cover. There's lots of awesome covers to this. This is your big X book of the week, picking up from X Factor a few weeks ago. It's all pretty much right there on the cover. Been encouraging you guys to jump into the X books for, quite a while since this whole Hickman thing started. This one's going to be the big one this week, but there's always lots of X books like Way of X with your cool Onslaught cover there, or The Marauders. That's one of the bigger, more popular books. Of course, X-Men is the core title, but X-Force, Marauders, New Mutants, there's lots of big ones. X-Corp is the latest, hottest one. Cool Warren Worthington book. Like I say, lots of different X things to go through. If you haven't been following any of it, you can just jump into that Trials of Magneto. Great stories, great art, like I always like to say. Sinister War, #3, is your one of your few Spider-Man books for the week. Been really into this. Always talking up the second best Rogues Gallery in comics. Maybe the first if you want to insult a Batman fan. Anyway, this one has all the Spidey villains teaming up against Spidey, teaming up against each other. Just tons of superhero action in that one. Grab the first couple issues, catch up to this week's #3. Miles Morales Annual. It's one of your other Spider books, along with Black Cat. You know we love Black Cat. Always pitch this whenever it comes out. And Spider-Woman, if you want to count that as a Spider-Man book. A lot of buzz about this issue. Internet's already telling you all about that one, so I don't need to spend too much time. Iron Man, #11, one of my favorite books rolling right now. Iron Man and Thor are two of the best books Marvel's doing right now. If you're not reading Iron Man, you're really missing out. Pick up that first trade paperback, catch up to the recent issue, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Kang the Conqueror doesn't get any more popular right now than Kang the Conqueror. I'm a long-time fan of Kang because, of course, I'm a big Avengers fan. Now the word is out, and so everybody's a big fan of Kang and buying up those original appearances and some of the awesome issues that have this guy in them. I love books about villains, and well, I just don't want to say too much about that one. If you've been following Loki, if you love Marvel Comics, pick up that one because it's awesome. Moon Knight, another guy that's getting a lot of attention these days. Another character people might not know too much about, but you're going to want to know more about it before the show starts. Really excited about seeing Moon Knight in live action. Guardians of the Galaxy, #17. Been loving this book too. Why? Because they brought Doctor Doom into it. The only thing cooler than the Guardians is slapping a villain on that team. Did I say I like villains in books? And Star Wars #16. It's your War of the Bounty Hunters book. Much like the X-Men, been pushing you guys to check out the Star Wars stuff since it came back to Marvel a couple years ago. There's the core title, Darth Vader, Dr. Aphra, Bounty Hunters, War of the Bounty Hunters, lots and lots of Star Wars stuff to choose from. You're a big Star Wars fan like me, you're reading the whole batch. Great week for the DC guys too. Batman, Catwoman, another one of my favorite books rolling out right now. If you're not following this and everything from Tom King, you're missing some of the best books in comics. This book has been a real treat, and if you're any kind of fan of Batman the Animated Series, or any kind of fan of Batman or comics or anything, pick up the first issue of this book, catch up to the latest issue. One of the best Bat titles you're going to see out there. Batman Secret Files, The Clown Hunter. Another one of those cool Bat one-shots like Huntress and some of the other ones that have been rolling out. And Legends of the Dark Knight. It's your other Bat book for the week. Been talking this one up. This is previously digital, now in print, but great art in this book. So pick up that first issue, catch up to this week's issue. You'll see what I'm talking about. Never enough Batman. Like Batman on the cover of Catwoman. Catwoman and Nightwing are two of my favorite DC books rolling out right now. Let me show you that one more time. This is your latest issue of Catwoman. Been selling out every single issue, so if this isn't on your list, you need to get it on your list. It's self-contained, great stories, great art. awesome stuff. And all of those things apply to Nightwing. Nightwing's one of my favorite DC characters, and they've just been doing a bang-up job with this title for a long, long time. So again, if you're a Bat fan and this isn't on your list, you're missing out on a really solid title. Did I mention Tom King? Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 3. Another Tom King offering, much like Batman Catwoman. Really, really great book. Much like Strange Adventures, you know, Tom King just does a great take on the classic characters. And his version of Supergirl has been a whole lot of fun. Speaking of the super books, Superman, Red and Blue. Been loving these anthology, color, stylized sort of things. They've got Superman, Red and Blue. They got Wonder Woman, Black and Gold. I love Superman. I love anthologies. Some of the top talent in comics working on this book. Did I mention Tom King? How about some Matt Wagner? Really, really fun title there. Superman and the Authority. It's your other super book. Always fun to see them kind of do something on the darker side with Superman, because everybody always expects him to be so Shazam-like. The Flash is a book that doesn't need any help from me. Like Catwoman, Nightwing, this one sells out every single time. So again, if you don't have Flash on your list, you're probably missing out on something everybody else is reading. Shazam is one of my favorite characters, and an awesome title rolling out these days. And Truth and Justice. Have I mentioned favorites? I have a lot of favorites, and this is one of them. Zatanna, one of the coolest characters in comics, one of the most unique characters in comics. They don't bust her out too often, so it's always fun to see something with Zatanna. These Truth and Justice comics are all independent one-shots, so you don't have to pick up each and every issue, but when you see your favorite character, like Zatanna, on the cover, make sure you grab that, because it's awesome. Great week for all the other guys, too. Not a big week for the indies, but some good stuff. Black Hammer Visions, one of the many Black Hammer books coming out of the brilliance of Jeff Lemire. Great stuff. And then, boy, Image has like 83 hits right now, like Radiant Black. One of their newer red-hot titles, like Noctera from Scott Snyder, one of their new red-hot titles. Second Chances is your first issue Gotta Have It Image book of the week. Always encouraging you guys to grab those Image first issues before they turn into a book like Noctera and they go to like 9th printing, and that first printing costs you like $10. So grab that Second Chances number 1. Pick up... Boy, go to imagecomics.com, take a look at the 80 million awesome books that they do. Put 10 of them on your list if you don't have them there already. Godzilla is your IDW book of the week. Talk about more about IDW in just a minute. Firefly, Brand New Verse, is your Boom Studios book of the week. If you love Firefly, and who doesn't, you want to check out some Brand New Verse, because this is sort of the next generation of the characters that we all know and love. And new adventures in the same old ship. Good times. Power Rangers number 10 is your other Boom Studios book of the week, because you guys can't get enough of the MMPR. And Elric is your Titans book of the week. Maybe you guys don't know too much about Elric, but if you love fantasy, if you love sci-fi, if you love Michael Moorcock, you got to pick up some Elric. He doesn't show up in comics too often, but there's a deep, deep fan base for these novels, and they love when the comics come out. Titan has Elric now, so a lot of folks going to be wanting to be checking that out. Heavy Metal Magazine, one of my all-time favorites, doesn't get more classic than Heavy Metal. This is definitely mature reader. This is not something to leave lying around your house where your kids can check it out, but you got to pick up some Heavy Metal. Some of the best art in comics, some of the coolest genre fusion, horror, sci-fi, war comics. It's all in there in Heavy Metal. Always love to show Heavy Metal when it comes out, because I know it flies under a lot of people's radar. If you pick up one issue of this and read it, you will want every issue ever made. Heavy Metal is the crack of comics. The opposite of Heavy Metal is the all ages section. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Doesn't get any more classic than some Scoob. And then I told you we'd be talking about some IDW. Star Wars Adventures and Star Wars Adventures High Republic are a couple of Star Wars books from IDW. IDW teamed up with Marvel to do their all ages line, so I'm always talking up Star Wars Adventures, because it's great to see Star Wars books in an all ages format. Always talking up Marvel Action, like Marvel Action Spider-Man and Captain Marvel and Avengers and Black Panther, all that good stuff. Got a younger reader in your life, or if you're just looking for something a little less apocalyptic, pick up some Star Wars Adventures or some Marvel action stuff. Great week of stuff. Lots of books. Check those shipping lists. Go to black-cat-comics.com. Click shop. Click new this week. Take a look at all the books we've been talking about. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time in a brand new show.